So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to make a small square-ish piece here that's going to be kind of my end cap for my my column pieces. And I usually want to make those roughly the size, the height of the pieces they're connecting to. So I'm going to go to my Create tab. I'm going to create like a general box shape. I know that the height is going to be 4, but as far as the length and width, I'm just going to make it 0.5, and then I'll adjust it more afterward. So I'm going to zoom in on that by hitting Z. On Maya, it would be F. Switch to selecting the pivot, effects pivot only. I'm going to plug it into the corner there. Then I'm going to convert this to an editable poly, and I'm going to call this corner trim top, because that's roughly accurate in describing what this is. And by the way, Max defaults to having this weird realistic view where it shows like these non-specific, non-directional shadows. It's weird. Okay, well, I keep forgetting my hotkeys. Okay. So I just snapped that up there. Actually, I got that pretty close. Okay, so now we know that we're trying to make something that looks like it's essentially extending out in a diagonal angle from these pieces. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab each of these faces. I'm going to make sure they're 100% lined up with my bits here. Then I'm going to switch to edge. I'm going to delete the edge here. And I can just hold down Control Backspace. That gives me that corner section. And then I'm going to select that face. And let's take a look at the concept that we're looking at. So basically I need to make something that looks like it's a little bit wider and extends a little bit further out from these pieces. And I'm going to probably leave it pretty simple for right now, but I'll extend its complexity as we go. So we'll make a more complete version of it eventually. So I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to extrude that straight out. And I'm actually going to extrude each of the side pieces too. So it's going to be slightly thicker. And then I'm going to select all the edges in the middle here. I'm going to make a connect, pinch it to the top, and do OK. And then I'm actually going to do basically another connect on the inside. Or actually, no, there's a better way to do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select each of these new faces that we created. And I'm going to use the bevel tool. Except not like that. Undo that. I'm going to use the bevel tool options. and I'm going to make it a local normal. So, and I'm really going to make this pretty subtle inset. But that should mostly do it. Then I'm just going to grab these two outside faces. I'm going to make sure that I actually have my pivot selection there. I'm going to switch to the scale tool. And instead of using view, I'm actually going to do local. And I'm just going to scale them in a little bit. Now, scale options are available in Maya too. You just hold down the R key to bring up the scale options, and then you can use local scale, or basically object scale, instead of world scale, and that can be useful a lot of times for getting more precise results. And so, okay, so then what I'm quickly going to do, and this will round out the evening, is I'm just going to drag out instances for each of these. And in this case, I'm just going to rotate them into place. And I can select multiple at once. Shift drag out instances. And then I got to make sure that I'm not using the that I'm actually using the pivot selection, or the pivot rotation in this case, so that I can get all of those placed. And so yeah,